Hello, hello, hello. I know I left you guys wanting to know more information after my last video, so this is part 2 of my series, I'm Not Picky. So I left off telling you guys that if actions don't match words and words don't match actions, that our interactions are minimal. And to elaborate on that, what I mean is there's really no reason for me to engage in any further communication with you if you're not consistent. If you're telling me something and you want me to believe it, you have to show it to me. Or if you're showing me something and I'm supposed to feel it, then I need to hear it as well. These things do have to match. So that's one of the things that's very imperative that someone who is interested in me shows me. Without that, we really can't function. There's no reason to attempt to function. Moving beyond that, I don't walk around with, as my friend and I like to call it, an exemption clause. And basically what the exemption clause is knowing how you treat other people and thinking that it can't happen to me. And we've all fell trapped to this before. We have friends that they may be nasty to everyone else, but they're not nasty to us. Or we have people that tell us things and we feel like, oh, at least it's not us. And that's far from the truth. What a person can do to one, they can do to all. So I don't walk around with an exemption clause. So if I'm talking to you and I see that you're saying certain things or you're acting in certain manners that are not conducive to the way that I choose to live my life, or that would disrupt my peace, because my peace and my sanity are my number one priorities. Anything that threatens to disrupt that, immediate termination. I need my sanity. I value my sanity. I value my time. I value my peace. And any one of those that are being disrupted has to go. Yeah, it's hard, right? Because we see red flags, and some of us, when we see them, we think, oh, with time they'll change. But you have to acknowledge that human beings only change when they want to change, not when you want them to change. And it doesn't matter how good of a person that you show them you are. If they are stuck in their ways, that is who they are, and that is just it. Acknowledge it and move forward. I find that a lot of people, myself included at one point in my life, would fall trapped to that process of, oh, well, if they see that I'm a good person, they'll understand that I need to be treated differently. But if this is something that is embedded in a person to do, if this is who they are, then that's what they're comfortable with. People don't change unless they see something wrong. And in order for them to see something wrong, they have to be willing to acknowledge that it's wrong. And a lot of people's ego and pride won't allow that to happen. So what ends up happening is the complete opposite of what you want. Now you've wasted a significant amount of time with someone thinking that you were going to be able to change them. And then you get upset and you blame them for the time that you've wasted. When in actuality, the only person that wasted your time was you. You wasted your time because you thought you would be able to change someone, because you thought you would be special enough to them for them to change. You were hopeful. And while hope is a beautiful thing, it is also a very paralyzing situation.